Great. Well, thank you for coming. This is Class 5, Cohort 5 launch, which is kind of crazy. It's only been 2+ years. And I remember the first time we did it, Joel had his fingers crossed behind his back the whole time, the dean of the school, like, is this really going to work? No. He had huge faith in us, as did Kay. I want to thank the board, Kay and Joel in particular, for being huge supporters of us, and the startups primarily, because that's really where all the action is the teams. So tonight, we're going to introduce the teams to you, and I'm going to make sure I get this right this time. This is the ugly duckling becoming the swan, not the black swan. Thank you, Joel. It's an old joke, really old. But the idea here is we're not preparing the pitches. If the startups are doing great, great. If they don't, that's okay, because it's a work in progress and they're a startup. Otherwise, they'd be called finishers. So we look forward to this, and we look forward first to a few notes from Joel Tower, our Executive Dean of Parsons School of Design. Joel?
Wow, we really do need more seats. There are some here. Please try to find a seat. We'll be quick, as Pano said, because there are a lot of you standing. I just wanted to welcome you to Parsons and the new school. This is, as Pano said, the 5th time we're doing this, and it is always incredibly exciting at the beginning. What's extraordinary is what happens over the course of the accelerator and the work that comes out as a result of this combination of expertise and innovation and design that Pano has brought together and the entire team has brought together through these partnerships. It's no surprise that creativity and innovation and design have to play a critical role in rethinking the retail environment. We don't have to go through the numbers, though Pano will in a moment, to talk about the crisis of this moment, but also within that the possibility and the renewal that comes from thinking differently about what's made in the world, how it's made, why it's made, who are the people, the consumers, what are the implications for the planet, and how do we rethink all of this? Because everything is in the process of being reconsidered and rethought. These systems are being remade. And so we have to, from the very beginning, go back to first principles and figure out how to open the champagne at exactly the right moment.
You've timed that, Joel. You're amazing.
So this is the place to do it. The place to do it is someplace like Parsons, where everything that we do is about rethinking the future and what's possible. I was thinking about these 2.5 years that Pano referenced in this 5th cohort. In the course of that time, we have completely remade the school. We opened a state-of-the-art making center with the great support and help of Kay Unger that has transformed how Parsons students think about the future and how they collaborate, a word that we use a great deal around Parsons because the future is all about collaboration. How they collaborate in making new products, systems, and services with an awareness of issues around artificial intelligence, sustainability, technology, and a rethinking of the way in which products and systems and services circulate in a global economy, and how you remake regional and local economies as a result. And that's the work that happens at Parsons all the time. And it's why it's the right place for us to be doing this work. It's why 45 companies and counting in XRC, and an incredible success rate of these startups going forward. And so we're, Pano likes to say that we provide him some air cover for all of the rules that he breaks around the university, and he does, and we do. And we do so precisely because that's the environment in which innovation happens. You've got to be fearless. You've got to break the rules because the rules need to be rewritten. And that's what this time is about. And so it's with great pleasure that we welcome you to the 5th cohort. The place, by the way, for those of you in the cohort, in about 2 weeks, everybody arrives from the students. So if it's kind of quiet for this next week, week and a half, and after that, if your hair is not purple, you won't fit in. So we provide hair dye if you need it. I could use a little bit. And with that, I give you back to Pano.
Thank you, Joel Towers. Parsons is really an extraordinary institution. It's an amazing place. And we thank both Kay and Joel Towers for giving us such an opportunity. Okay, so a little quick overview of our mission and values. And a lot of this has come actually from the interaction with Parsons, to be candid. I can't say I knew a lot about design thinking before engaging with Parsons. I knew that design mattered, but that there was a whole system for this. So really excited about leveraging design thinking as a core component to what we do. We're going to rebrand a lot of companies, and you will agree with that rebranding requirement after you hear them. That's okay. That's part of, that ugly duckling to swan model. We also look at the values that we are espousing. It is extraordinary how tied in Parsons has been, and Kurt Salmon for that matter, to the millennial set of values that's now taking over the entire population. Water bottles, sustainability of any sort, material sustainability is becoming super, super important. And in many respects, we have a complete contrast to the way government's being run and how we want to operate. We've had an enormously strategic, successful set of partnerships develop. We have been named the innovation partner for the chain drugstores, of which there are probably 20,000 in the US. We are presenting a number of times, a number of companies in this respect, and part of the value we try to bring is to get our companies more exposure fast. And then at NRF itself, the National Retail Federation, where we just finished the show for 3 days. I am barely standing, but it's been a really amazing journey. And on that respect, you won't be able to see this very easily. I can't point to it because I don't have a pointer, but this is actually the main floor of NRF, and we're up there with Visa, IBM, and then there's this thing called XRC Labs. So it's been an incredible branding opportunity for us, and then we didn't have to pay for it. And yet we've provided a lot of value to NRF, and they to us. So the model is a fairly simple one. For those of you who are new to XRC, and I'll be quick, we have a venture fund that invests real capital, real money into the startups, and they in turn receive a ton of education and mentorship. I'm going to introduce Carly Ann in a few moments, who spearheads an extraordinary program. And at the same time, we also have a number of sponsors, many of whom are in the room that I'll call out in a few minutes, who actually help underwrite the costs of a lab and also provide an enormously important backdrop for the startups and pilot opportunities. Okay, so as Joel said, retail's not dead, but it is on life support. So the story was retail's not dead, and people were taking a lot of kind of walking tall at NRF, and we're not quite there yet. As an analyst recently said, we've got some work to do. Let's see what this looks like in 6 weeks. So in fact, there are a lot of store closings going on, and the store closings are primarily because these stores are out of step with how consumers want to behave. And sometimes startups are out of step. They want to build something and they're not thinking about the consumer. We're all about the consumer here. Not consumerism. We're all about the consumer and bringing real value to them. So we're going to be constantly harping on, what does the customer say? What do they want? Don't tell me what you think they want. What do they say? It's a big issue. It's also what's causing an enormous amount of store dislocations here. So the other thing is the sales themselves and the numbers. There is some upward momentum, which is great. Offline has grown, web by more than offline. Again, the web impacted share has continued to grow. And I don't need to tell you, because we talked about the last time, but Amazon is like the #1 topic on every CEO's mind right now. There is no stone that Amazon isn't turning over. And they've already demonstrated, and if they don't believe it, Jeff is now the richest man in the world. So you can use whatever other metric you want, but if you're a CEO, not that I am, you can use that as a proxy for whether or not he's being successful. So we've gone over this before. I won't bore you with the details, but you know what? It hasn't changed. I've been talking about this for 2 years. And actually, a mentor of mine said, Pano, you're sounding a little angry. And you know what? She's right. I do sound angry, and it's wrong to be angry about this. There you are, Karen, back there. I see you. And she said, this is all good stuff, but you're really you're angry. And I'm like, why aren't they listening? Why is this still the case? What do they need? Wake up, retail. But it's an imperfect world. There's a lot of cultural baggage that we're dealing with here. There's a lot of hierarchy that hasn't changed yet. And we're not sure when it's going to change. So we're just going to keep picking away at it. And we're going to try to get this. But this is by far the most photographed slide ever in our little portfolio. Everyone, the cameras go up, and everyone's taking pictures like, wow, I never thought of it this way. I was like, well, Okay, so I won't bore you with all those details, but the idea that the customer knows better is at the heart of what we're trying to drive here, not us. So we go back to the themes that we're after. We're going to remind you as we look at the companies that we're driving here. Why do we invest in the companies we invest in? It's because we see trends that we are really trying to map very carefully to. Store to consumer. Why are we calling this that? Because, will any of you tell me that time is not the most important commodity in your life right now? It's more important than money. You can't lever time. As I said at the French consulate on Sunday, I think it was, even Donald Trump only has 24 hours a day. So at the end of the day, we're all in the same boat. We all have the same amount of time, and we can't create more of it. So what do we do with it? The next one is store as experience. And so we're gonna look at technologies today that really do enhance the consumer getting more quicker, faster, better, without going through all the pain. Frictionless is what we're all about. Store as experience, and that gets back to this notion of friction. This is a mess. I mean, I don't know how you figure out anything here. And by the way, this is a store that I won't mention, but they've been struggling in the US because they just don't get it. They think everyone wants to go their way. So we're really after killing the friction in the store. And this still remains to us one of the best stores ever. They're coming out with some new capabilities that I don't even know about that they're telling us will even revolutionize the store again. They've got the most successful mobile app in the world. Do any of you not use the mobile app when you go into Starbucks? They're looking at some facial recognition technology so that you don't even need a mobile app. You literally could just walk in and just pick up your order. So we think that they're a great paradigm for where we're headed. And I mean, how many have Alexas here? Right, that's a lot of people. Because voice has become a new paradigm, and texting. I walked around with the CEO of Best Buy today, which was an amazing experience nonetheless. And I can thank Kurt Salmon for pulling that off. But in the process, everyone admitted that the mobile app is over. They're not even like, don't talk to me about mobile apps. The folks at Nordstrom said a very similar thing, like, we got to make this as simple as possible. And texting, everyone knows how to text, right? So we don't have to download anything. We're really all about that. And then the idea that information is valuable in a shopping experience, it boggles my mind that we cannot see ratings and reviews of products in a store. What do people think of this product? Are we that stupid? Does a retailer think we're that dumb that we're not going to try to want to understand that? So what do? What do you do right now when you're in a store and you want to learn more about the product? You Google it on your phone. Well, that's kind of like missing the point, isn't it? Wouldn't it be nice if the store engaged us in that information experience? And then store's platform. You know, Amazon is what it is. It's growing extraordinarily, and almost half of its sales are not its own. And so you look at this new subscription service that they've installed, where they're basically going to build on top of Prime this enormously sticky, incredibly sticky ability to make my life easier. They're all about that. They don't care about anything else. And then storage services and rentals. We continue to focus on what is it going to take to simplify the market for the use and reuse of product. Not the first time, but the second time use and the third time use. We think there's a huge opportunity. We're continuing to push on that, and you'll hear some stories of that today. And lastly, storage plan. Because we also believe that there's a whole new way of thinking about this. We're huge fans of the Shimaseki machines that Parsons now installed and is doubling down on a second machine with like 38 terminals. And the chairman of Shimaseki came in through. Parsons has really stepped up, enormously taken a huge leadership position in this area. These machines will revolutionize the way we think about knitting. Okay, so we take the risks. These startups are here. They're not all going to make it, but I have some stats for you that will tell you that it's highly likely that most of them will. We do expect some failures. We expect pivots. We expect changes. We expect CEOs to change direction in mid-course if necessary. We share a lot, and we believe that youth age does not matter. It's important to grow fast. Okay, so a call out to our founding sponsors, Accenture Strategy. It used to be Kurt Salmon, now there's a strategy group. Al Sambar here led that whole program for us and got the first set of sponsors pulled together, and we are still together 2.5 years later, which is great. And of course, we've spoken and continue to speak of the high praises of Parsons and what they have done for us. We will talk about our sponsors and brands. They're incredibly powerful, incredibly helpful. They are giving us everything from technology a la Intel to visibility like NRF and Shop Talk and NACDS and RELA. We've developed executive relationships at TJX and The Gap. So it's just a wide variety of companies. It's not 1,000 of them. We don't want 1,000. We want selected companies that are going to have, that understand the importance of the impact and can help us. Is my mic bad? The mic guy's coming up. In and out? Whoa. Yeah, that's very in. Okay. I have a loud voice anyway. Okay. And then we've set up a new program that we're really excited about. This is kind of our advisory council. And the advisory council are brands and retailers that are too small to pay the bill. And we get that. Not everyone can write a check, and not everyone can get that inside access. But what they're doing instead in giving us is really fast pilots. Like really, really fast. Like they'll pilot in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. That's usually valuable to our startups because the first thing you got to do is you got to test and figure out if it works. So the ability to turn that wheel quickly, hugely powerful to us. And if you are a brand or retailer that's relatively small, we welcome you. We'll take you in as part of our advisory council. We just need the commitment that you're willing to pilot relatively quickly. You don't have to pilot everything. It's not a demand, but it is part of our way of giving our startups even more value. Okay, the team. I am super excited to announce, and some of you know already, so the cat's out of the bag, that Carly Ann Fergus is our new program director of XRC Labs. Carly Ann, take a bow. So Carly Ann's going to lead us. She's done a phenomenal job in taking the reins from Leslie Cohen, who has been a hugely supportive and great director for us, and I believe is somewhere in the audience here with us today. And we're really thankful for the time that Leslie put in and really kind of put up with a lot of stuff to really polish the program dramatically. Holly Zimmerman is our managing director working with us in the area of consumer goods, financings and startups and all kinds of stuff in that area. Just joined, and Rima Reddy also joined helping us on the corporate partnership side from Ralph Lauren. We're really excited to have her as well. Casey Dustin, many of you know, Nancy in operations, and we're really excited about the associates that are coming on board. So one thing I want to say here is that we bring associates on expecting them to leave. We expect them to leave because we want them to grow beyond XRC into their next set of careers. Tony Zhang, who's been with us about a year, has just taken on a phenomenal job at Samsung, a huge promotion for him. We're super excited for him. We've had young men and women move on to business school. We love that. So we actually promote that and want that kind of velocity coming through the program. Creates a little chaos, like where's this, where's that sometimes, but we get through it, and all of you are here testimony to that. So we're super excited to have them all involved in the program. Okay, our portfolio. So we've got a lot of companies. Currently, I think it's 48. One has died. So it's a pretty amazing track record to only have one out of business in 2.5 years. It's a wide variety. Even the product companies are doing great. So we knew nothing about product. We picked some product companies, like, that looks good. That literally was how we operated. Like, we had Joel had and Kay had enormous expertise to this. But some of us went to, that looks good, what do you think? Cara Sport, for example, has just crushed it, doing extremely well and won the Digiday Brand of the Year award, which is an extraordinary award for a brand. And out of that kind of first set of companies, we've really developed a whole great set of cohorts. Banter recently sold to a very large, well-known technology company that unfortunately I can't share with you, but successfully. So we're continuing to move in that direction. And the other thing we're finding here, it's important, is the number of women leading our startups. And this is not something that we're trying to do like, we'll pick this one because it's a woman running it. That never comes into the conversation. There's no bias on that basis. So we're really finding just great companies led by women. Second thing is that our growth in minority and international teams is expanding, and we continue to support that. Again, with the same lens of meritocracy that Parsons has applied even to our program. So we do not provide, for example, special exemptions to Parsons students. They have to step up. And by the way, I don't know how to go backward. Lucy Jones at Fora is a recent Parsons grad and has done phenomenally well in the program and is off to the races in her business. Okay, so cohort 5, 300 applications this time. We actually cut it back intentionally. We just couldn't take any more. So we actually cut it off sooner than we would have liked, but that's just the way it is. from all over the world, 41 countries this time, up from 37. It's amazing the number of countries that are providing, and we're now getting a lot of interest out of India, so who knows where that goes, but they keep being the #2 country in the list. We are starting to develop a relationship with Sri Lanka, which is really interesting, a major manufacturing location, and being so close to India, we'll see where that goes. Again, we talked about the percentages, and then the amount of money that they're raising. They've already come into the program with money in hand. They are 2 people in a garage, but they've actually raised capital and built products. So we're not talking about completely greenfield situations. The market, the style, you notice how health and wellness has jumped. It wasn't even on the radar the last class. It's grown dramatically in this whole next generation. You see CVS buying Aetna, a lot of focus on this. It is the millennial story, which is it's important about being healthy and well, not just rich and famous. And so we're really excited about the growth in that area. And lastly, our trends that we see a lot of, artificial intelligence, you can imagine, manufacturing, supply chain visibility, a lot of things that never would have been on the top of our list, naturally, because this is the Parsons School of Design, right? No, in fact, it actually is the whole supply chain that matters here. So we're really excited about that. And lastly, the things that we didn't do. So we didn't do subscription services. We don't do mobile apps anymore. And fit technology, we've continued to step away from because the attempt at trying to get fit right is really, really hard. And we're not trying to solve cut the Gordian knot. We're really trying to make the whole process a little simpler. So with that, I'm going to bring Carly Ann to the stage. Please give her a warm welcome. And she will introduce Cohort 5.
All right, thank you, Pano. Hi, everyone. I'm Carly Ann Fergus. I'm the director of XRC Labs. And I'd like to thank all of you again for joining us in celebrating our new Cohort 5 companies. So I'm going to jump right into it so we can get back to the mingling and the networking at the end. And first up, I'd like to invite Audrey Wu from CONVRG.
Hi, I'm Audrey Wu, co-founder and CEO of CONVRG. My co-founder Liz Snower and our CTO Amit Gupta are here to talk about the excitement that's being generated by CONVRG's messaging product platform. So since we're still in January, I'd like to wish you guys all a Happy New Year. And I hope your holidays went great. Did you guys get what you wanted? Or did you spend a rather unpleasant Saturday going to stores returning things? Well, 30% of online products are returned, 30%. That is a painful cut in profits. 92% of consumers surveyed in 2017 said that they would purchase another item from the same retailer if the return process was easy. But we all know that online return processes are not that easy, and in fact, are missing the golden opportunity to upsell the consumer during the return process. So, how brands are trying to give consumers the perfect product is in vast need of a makeover. And CONVRG is here to play matchmaker. If retailers can reduce returns by just 0.5% by partnering with CONVRG, 0.5% is a very powerful number. Brands already trust CONVRG to personalize upselling and minimize returns. We are currently working with brands such as Sephora, Proactive, Shopify, and the Grammys on voice and messaging experiences. Previously, I was head of studios of In Person, an AI conversational technology company where we built chatbots for Disney, Amazon Studios, and Lionsgate. Prior to that, I was at JibJab, Disney Accelerator, and I started off my career as an investment banker. My co-founder, Liz, comes from the messaging platform Kik, where she led development to the first-to-market chatbots for Sephora, H&M, and VS Pink. Prior to that, she spent 4 years at Dermstore Beauty Corp, which was acquired by Target. Our experience has lent us a deep expertise in the messaging world, and it has given us training on how to solve complex business problems for brands. And it has given us the opportunity to take ideas and execute them to fruition. Liz, myself, and Amit look forward to talking to you more about how we can boost your revenues with CONVRG. Thank you.
Thank you, Audrey. So next up, I'd like to invite to the stage Allison Lee from Hemster.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Allison Lee. I am the founder and CEO of Hemster, as you can see. I am so excited to be here today to tell you how Hemster can fix your least favorite thing about shopping. And we think that is finding your perfect size. Everybody has really hard time fitting into small, medium, or large. So we think that instead of you trying to find something that fits for you out there, we want to customize everything that you buy through us for your perfect fit. Hemster's user journey starts in store. Our store associates actually fit the shoppers with our patent pending self-fitting kits to put the fit back into the fitting room. From our pilot with Westfield and premium retailer partners such as Madewell, Michael Kors, and Club Monaco, we have seen that implementing our services will not only increase the retention of the customers, but also will boost the final sales. Since our launch in August, we actually have seen the Hemster service driving over $150,000 in additional sales for all these retailers. With this strong momentum, we are actually partnering up with 3 of the retail property groups, which are Westfield, Simon, and Macerich. We are implementing 13 more locations on West Coast this spring to serve 100,000 users who will never have to search for their closest size again. If you're a retailer currently suffering from sizing and fit issues, we would love to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Allison. And next up, we have Melissa Gonzalez with Field Test.
Thanks. Good evening. My name is Melissa Gonzalez, and I am the founder and CEO of Field Test. With me is my co-founder and CTO, Aaron Smoltkus. Field Test is today's shortest and friendliest route to purchase a product. As we all know, customers today expect a frictionless experience, whether shopping in a brick-and-mortar store or online. But there continues to be a substantial gap between the physical and digital worlds, inhibiting a simple and unified shopping experience, impacting conversion rates, and keeping customers feeling frustrated. Brands and retailers still fail to truly collect data about the interests and interactions that their customers have across channels, inhibiting their ability to really give customers what they want when they want it. At Field Test, we are developing an intelligent shopping and checkout solution to answer today's challenges, empowering our customers to transition seamlessly through channels that they're shopping. Our customers get the freedom and benefit of transacting online while also getting the rich experience of touch and feel that can only be found in store. Field Test went live this fall at IRL at Water Tower Place with mall operator GGP, powering 15 brands and supporting thousands of wish list demands sent by customers. Unlike our competitors, our shopping and checkout experience doesn't require any app download. And we can provide our brand and retail partners with more real-time information about what their customers are doing across channels than ever before by marrying customer-level and item-level intelligence. Before founding Field Test, my company, the Lioness Group, and I helped open over 150 brick-and-mortar stores across the United States for customers like Puma, Marc Jacobs, Penguin Random House, Estee Lauder, and more. Field Test is staying ahead of today's retail paradigm by empowering our customers to discover and see products that they love in a store, add it to their personal virtual wish list, and purchasing on demand with their own digitized shopping key. So for customers who want to shop seamlessly, today they have Field Test.
Thank you, Melissa. Next up, we have Marcello Gambarelli from Viveat.
Thank you very much. Hello, I'm Marcello Gamberale. I'm the founder of Viveat. Here with me is Marco Gaiani, my co-founder. Viveat is a smart tagging platform that turns product into smart interactive assets. Connecting objects to the web, what the media has labeled the Internet of Things, is one of the greatest revolutions of our time. But up until now, innovators have focused on connecting electronic devices. There's a part of products that's left out, and it's what that surround us every day, which is food and beverage, apparel, home furnishing, cosmetics. So Viveat is focused on the next big revolution. We like to call it the Internet of Everything. Because every marketer must remember that the physical product is still the first touch point between a consumer and a brand. And yet, the packaging of this product fails to guarantee the product's integrity. It doesn't offer aftermarket services, and nor it offers the opportunity to foster the loyalty of a customer. Our smart packaging platform provides a web-based blockchain identity to every consumer item that allows a user to connect to the product without the use of an application with their smartphone. And by doing so, they get relevant content, they get guaranteed information about the product, and they get a direct interaction with the brand that can enhance a lot of opportunities. Our platform is also very user-friendly on the brand side. It allows brands to build a product passport for every item that will allow the brand to track every step of the product's life cycle, from the supply chain to marketplace. We've been working with several brands in Europe. We have labeled more than 2 million products. So please find us afterwards to learn more about Viveat, because we believe that the dream of every marketer is that their product could talk to the customer. And finally, Viveat has made that possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Marcello. And up next, we have Susie Summersall with Kira 3D.
Hi, I'm Susie Summersall, founder and CEO of Kira 3D, where we're transforming young women from consumers into creators with our community for 3D design. My inspiration for starting Kira 3D is really rooted in my studies in industrial design, 3D design, and education at the Rhode Island School of Design. And also as a serial entrepreneur, really passionate about helping others to be creators. So unlike our competitors, we're very much focused on Generation Z girls. Gen Z or teen girls are really excited about making things, and they're always on their phones. So with Kira 3D, they can quickly design, share, and sell their 3D creations, and they never have to carry any physical inventory. So it's basically like a virtual Etsy. So I'm wearing something today that one of our users made. Her name is Michaela, and she's a 7th grader in a Redwood City public school in California. So she made this using Kira 3D, and we produced it and shipped it to her for less than $25. And our users, so they can 3D print the real thing, but they can also see it in AR. They can see it in their own environments, and they can do virtual try-ons. And at Kira 3D, we're also really excited about our social mission. We want girls to get into 3D modeling and also ultimately to get excited about engineering. And our brand partners at HP and Autodesk are also really passionate about this mission, as well as our investors, Intel Capital and now XRC Labs. So I'm excited for you to experience Kira 3D and talk to you more after the presentation. Thanks.
Thank you, Susie. And next, we have Leslie Karpus from LexSet.
Hi, everyone. I'm Leslie Oliver Karpus, the CEO and co-founder of LexSet, and I'm here with Kate Croft, our head of brand. So LexSet is out to democratize interior design with an AI-powered spatial search engine. And why are we trying to do that? So today, large furniture brands like IKEA, Wayfair, and Houzz have launched AR apps in the App Store that are very heavily downloaded. They're some of the most heavily downloaded of all the AR apps that are out there. But they're not affecting conversion at all, Because just giving people the ability to holographically look at an object in space is not really helping them feel more confident about that purchase decision. What's missing is spatial awareness. And what LexSet has done is developed an AI to interpret 3D space, to interpret the space in a consumer's apartment, to know that's a couch, that's a chair, they're this style, they're this color, they're this material set, so that we can make a recommendation for what couch will go in their room, for what end table matches their credenza. And so we are trying to enhance consumer confidence that the furniture object they're thinking about buying is the right one for their home. We do this with an API that is going to be integrated into those AR apps and will be paid for on a pay-for-play model, about 2 cents per API call. Myself and my co-founder, Francis Batanti, are longtime serial entrepreneurs who are veterans of the 3D space. Francis was a 2015 Wired Innovation Fellow, and his work can be found in the Smithsonian Museum, the Cooper Hewitt Museum, the Pompidou Center. He's pretty hot shit, if I don't mind saying so myself. And it's an honor to work with him. That said, since last summer, we've been a division of Intellectual Ventures, the research lab in Seattle. They've given us 38 patents around augmented reality and spatial search that we have an exclusive license to that we have been tasked with commercializing for them. The company will be leaving IV next month, upon which time we'll be closing our seed round, which looks to be fully subscribed at the moment, but we are looking for investors for our Series A, which we're targeting to close in July. But more importantly, if you're a furniture brand that wants to enhance conversion for your consumers, please come and find us, because we would love to increase their confidence on their next furniture purchase. Thank you.
Thank you, Leslie. And up next, we have Martin Birak from Monolith.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Martin. Good evening, New York. Monolith is a decision-making platform for brick-and-mortar retailers who want to increase their revenues and lower their operational cost. Our customers use our decision-making platform to bring consumer right assortment mix, to bring in the best possible and most engaging staffers and services, and to bring in the most inspiring layouts. Unlike traditional people-counting companies, heat map providers, and beacons, Monolith's decision-making platform really makes it easier and makes it fast for companies to become decision-making possible. Our customers, Nike, Timberland, Foot Locker, Audi, Volkswagen, Jaguar, and Land Rover use Monolith today. If you want to know how we managed to increase the revenues of female category at Nike Town London by 36%, or if you want to know how we managed to increase the number of test drives for the biggest Audi showroom in Europe, please see us a little bit later. I want to leave you with one thing. If we want to make the best shopping experiences, we need to focus on the shopper first. And more shoppable stores are going to lead to more profitability. Monolith, shoppability for profitability.
Thank you, Martin. And next up, we have Jason Pessel with Reefill.
Americans are addicted to bottled water. We're sending 38 billion plastic single-use water bottles to our landfills and oceans each year. We spend $21 billion annually on a product that's usually just filtered tap water. Most Americans, they're consuming bottled water every single day. But the good news is, nearly half of them realize this is a wasteful product and they're looking for an alternative. Reefill provides this alternative by creating a network of stations where members can fill their reusable bottles with chilled, filtered water on the go. Stations are located in local businesses like coffee shops and retail stores, and the dense network means a refill station is never more than a few blocks away. Members pay just $1.99 per month, less than the cost of one bottled water. They get unlimited chilled, filtered access to the refill network. Stations also provide free tap water. That allows us to partner with New York City and also get sponsorship dollars. How does it work? Well, you use a Reefill app to find the nearest location. Activate it with your phone's Bluetooth. It's as simple as tapping a button. And then instantly access chilled, filtered water. You don't have to wait in line or bother store employees. Members track their usage, like bottles saved from the landfill. And for each day of use, we provide a day of safe water to someone in the developing world through our partnership with water.org. Customers are excited about Reefill. It provides the low cost and eco-friendliness of tap water for the convenience and quality of bottled water. And corporations like bulk memberships for their employees because they can track the positive social impact of their sustainability spending. Local businesses are eager to host. They value the increase in foot traffic. They agree with the mission. When a member stops in a store to fill up, they get a discount at the store. And we know where and when everybody uses the system. So we have valuable foot traffic analytics that can further benefit these businesses. Right now, we have an 8-station network. It's around the village. I encourage you to try it out. There's a station 1 block away from here. But we're adding 100 locations this spring. And as we add additional options like carbonated and flavored beverages, we'll work towards the ultimate goal of making all single-serve plastic bottles obsolete. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. And last but not least, I'd like to invite Bill Thayer from NewCo.
I'm the caboose. So hi, I'm Bill Thayer. My partner, Rob Cucci, and I are here to talk to you about the future of in-mall logistics. So mall retailers today have a lot of challenges. Think about mall traffic. Mall traffic has dropped to 50% since 2010. E-commerce at scale is not cheap. 20% of every retail dollar spent online goes to fulfillment. Don't even talk about how much returns cost. And then, of course, Amazon, right? How can the mall-based retailer compete with a big platform that is not interested in making profitable sales online? So here comes NewCo. NewCo's main job, we focus on in-mall logistics. When we focus, we have a zero integration, frictionless platform that supports the ship from store process at the local shopping mall. So unlike marketplaces like eBay and fulfillment by Amazon, we focus on aggregating demand across multiple retailers in the actual shopping mall, ensuring that the actual retailers can focus on doing more sales from their existing inventory with their existing personnel. And the key thing is, using our platform, the retailers continue to control the brand, the customer experience, and most of all, the data. So we focus on the 3 main success metrics for our retail partners. More sales. We're picking up from the retailer, from their store, at their time frame when they are ready. Nights, weekends, you name it. When you talk about the parcel carriers, we're focusing on providing them sorted, pre-sorted freight at our location that they can come pick up at their time, instead of having to park their truck, walk into the mall, and go to the store and meet the store owners at a schedule that's always changing. Last thing, service. The mall owners are now offering their retail partners a differentiating service that allows them to do more sales, better margin, and keep on pushing. So, my partner Rob and I, we have deep domain expertise in retail logistics, e-commerce, technology, and strategy. Worked at companies like Macy's, Lohmann's, and the Dannon Corporation. We feel very, very strongly that this service is something that is needed and it doesn't exist in mall retail today. So we're very focused on making this happen. We're happy to be part of XRC, Cohort 5, and with the proud support of our Parsons and Accenture friends, we're here to, I won't say the bad words, we're free to mix it up. So we'll look forward to talking to you more about in-mall logistics because we'll be NewCo now and we'll be something else soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. And let's have a huge round of applause for XRC Cohort 5. So before I let everyone go, back to the cocktails and the mingling.
I think we did demo day. I think we're done. Great job.
Not quite yet. All right, so I'd like to introduce our group of affiliate companies. So what affiliate companies are, they're a group of companies whose technologies we like, but we weren't able to invest in them quite at this moment. But we wanted to bring them into our ecosystem and provide them with access to our curriculum or some mentorship. So give a round of applause for our Cohort 5 affiliates. All right, and please save the dates, take out your phones, mark it in your calendar. We look forward to working with all of you as a community as we help all of these amazing companies develop over the next 12 weeks. And we can't wait for you to come back on April 19th to see all of the progress that they've made at Demo Day. So please save the date, and we'll see you on April 19th. And before we wrap up, I'd just like to say thank you to my team for helping to pull this event together. I have an amazing team of associates. This wouldn't have been possible without them. I just wanted to say that before we break. And without further ado, thank you everyone for being here. Let's mingle, have cocktails, and please come up and meet our amazing startups. Thank you.